Alright, so I already woke up so I could see the contracts. Last stream was spicy. It kind of was, but... Oh, somebody parked their car here while I was gone. It kind of was, but, you know, we'll see how it goes. I do think... the only thing that kind of really went wrong was... I think Fiona should not have gone and, like... literally to spread this to the whole city, right? Because that's what she did. I think that's a real problem. I think everything could be easily fixed except for that. I thought that part, that's kind of weird, personally. But other than that, I think everything else is going to be fine. Like, I mean, obviously, it's kind of just a meme. Other than that, though, that one's a little weird, but,
Your friend will be here.
Anyway. Okay. There we go. You gonna hang out with Mom today? Oh. I don't know how that's gonna go, guys. I mean, honestly, I thought it was mostly solvable for the most part, but, you know, thinking more on it, I think the real problem was that she basically just spread it to the entire city. You know, when, I don't know, I guess the way I do things is if you got problems, you know, within the family, you keep it within the family. So I think that's gonna be a thing, you know what I mean? I feel like that's a big issue even outside of the whole thing. So I think that's the real problem, because the thing is, like, I'm just gonna straight say it. As far as the ocean dump goes, if she at some point just said, oh, don't ocean dump me, I wasn't gonna do it. I mean, you look at what happened to Carlo, right? He basically just sat there, talked to us for 5 minutes, nobody got ocean dumped. So, but instead of doing that, or even just not doing that, right? She just didn't say anything. She didn't even say she didn't want to do it. And then, yeah. So that's kind of a big concern. I think it really just shows, you know, who cares at the end of the day. Because if you think about it, Yuno's almost always been a character who cares more about the intent than what exact physical action happens. A great example is why we trust X so much. X has almost never intended to, like, directly hurt us. Even when we literally got him killed at the vault by CG, he talked to us before he did something like that. So I think it's crazy that, you know, obviously that's a big problem, I think, because that's like the one thing, you know, it breaks a lot of trust there, right? But that's why we even trust X, because when things got so bad, he got shot up, Marty got shot up, we lost the lower vault, everything went down, and he still was like, I'm going to talk to Yuno first, no matter what happens. But she doesn't place me that high, I guess, and was not willing to talk to me. So I think that's the real problem, right? But yeah, I mean, I think the evidence is there. If we were going to blindly YOLO ocean dumper, how come Carlo was fine? Right? It's because that wasn't in the plan. We were kind of just throwing them there to see what happens. And in the moment, you know, she showed her true colors, that she genuinely does not care about Yuno. It's just what happened. You know, Carlo stuck around. So I think the fact that in the moment when it came down to it, that she just abandoned, left, and then proceeded to spread it around. And then Benji texted me saying, what's it called? I won't hurt you. So basically, instead of talking to us at all, she abandoned us, left, and then sent a hit on us. So, yeah. Benji texted us saying she's trying to get us killed, but he won't do it. So all we see from this is Benji's a real one here.
Thank you.
She abandoned us, tried to get us killed, and then left. So, you know, I'm gonna be nice, but that's obviously crazy in my opinion.
Thank you.
You can't really fix that, can you? I mean, only thing I learned here is Benji's the real one here.
Okay, let me get it.
Okay, you ignored her feelings? I didn't.
See you there.
She literally never said any of her feelings. Guys, she never once told me any of that. I'm not, like, what am I supposed to do? There was no communication. She, literally, Benji tells me she's trying to kill me. She never told me she didn't want to get with Carlo. And then she tried to kill me. So what am I supposed to say? But long story short, when it came down to it, all she had to do was say, Like, hey, I just don't want to get with Carlo. And we would have understood. But she didn't say that. She instead left and tried to get us killed. So, you know, she never told us anything. So how are we supposed to, you know? You did ignore 5 of her phone calls? Yeah, after she tried to kill me and called a hit on me. So, also, the biggest thing is I don't even know it's her phone number. It was a random phone number, guys. Like, OOC, I know it's her phone number because everyone's spamming it. But a random phone number calls me. It doesn't mean I know it's her. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, the weird thing is, it seems like she told everybody that she didn't want to get back with Carlo, except for me. So what am I supposed to think at that point, right? But long story short, at the end of the day, it really came down to the last seconds. And instead of talking to me or even saying, I just don't want to get with Carlo, she decided to leave and then call out a hit on me. You know, that's, as far as I'm concerned, that's the end of it.
Don't worry, don't tell me.
Guys, I'm telling you, X got shot and betrayed because I you know, told CG to be careful and they were ready for it, right? And he still even talked to me. That's why I trust him as a friend and, you know, a lot of things like that. But this is like, nothing even happened. I mean, look at Carlo. Nothing happened to Carlo. But yeah, long story short, I do think it's genuinely, like, it's genuinely it's unrecoverable at this point. So.
Kobe!
I mean, it's just how it is. I mean, if she had ever once communicated, I just don't want to get with Carlo,
sir, I like your helmet.
Then that'd be different, but that never happened. So, oh, hey, thanks.
Very welcome. You're very welcome.
But yeah, guys, she never told us. So you're not willing to initiate the talk? I literally did. I literally did, guys. That's what I was doing yesterday. And then she jumped in the water instead of explaining anything, left, and then told the company to kill me. To where Benji said, I'm not going to hurt you, man. I'm on your side. And so you're saying I didn't initiate anything? Like, look at what happened with Carlo. He was there. He talked for a minute. Didn't get ocean dumped. Didn't get hurt. Nothing happened to him. And now everything's fine. So,
Kobe!
Like, it's, I don't know what to tell you guys.
I got it, man. I got it.
Okay. Either way, guys, I think it's already settled. Long story short, it's over, guys. It's over. It's 100% over.
What? I need to block it?
Okay.
No, don't block it.
Oh, don't block it.
I don't think it's recoverable. I like, as far as I'm concerned, it's all over. Like, and by all over, I don't mean the family. Like, I mean, I do mean the family's over, but I mean this arc's over. I'm not
Alright, I have it.
taking any part of it. The decision's already been made. There's nothing else for us to do. There's nothing I can do. Like, yeah. I mean, it's pretty much the same as that. So, ain't my choice anymore, guys. Ain't my choice.
Excuse.
Okay.
Hey, have you ordered?
I lost my
But yeah,
basketball.
the trust just isn't there. It just isn't there, guys. If anything, I think we're more likely to go to Carlo and, you know, see that. But, I mean, Carlo's last message was, I'd never leave you, because he trusts that we wouldn't hurt him, you know? And that's really what it came down to. Like, I didn't hurt anybody yesterday. If she knew me, and you'd think she would know me, I wouldn't hurt anybody, and I didn't hurt anybody. So, it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that, guys. But the fact is, she just doesn't know me. And that's okay. I guess I'm just the idiot for thinking she did.
Sure.
So, it's just how it is, guys. Anyway.
4 fries and 1.
Found another.
Okay. Where's someone? Oh, there he is.
Well, I'm gonna just give you 2, bro.
All right.
You can do 4.
Yo, you got the stuff,
No,
man?
I'm gonna just do
I can
2.
get on it.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
take a. It's gonna take a
Okay,
long
okay,
time to
just
make
do
them. So.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
You wanna
Can
get
you
it?
swipe?
Yeah, the sooner I
You
get
gonna
it, the
swipe?
better, because it's gonna take a minute. But yeah, that's
me just
well,
make
other
this
than
payment.
locals, I guess, you know, I do beat up locals, but outside of beating up locals, like,
Done.
I almost never attack anybody, and I think most people know that. But, yeah.
Can I get 2 combos?
It's just how it is. It's just how it is, guys.
Cheese?
I mean, I think my only real mistake there was expecting her to know that.
It's right outside.
That's
in
my
GC.
mistake. I mean, I thought she knew, but she doesn't. And that's why this is going to be over no matter what happens, right? So, oh, you got the stuff, man. Yuno ocean dumped Eli? No, I didn't. That was Nunu.
How much do what?
I feel like people are just making stuff up at this point. I mean, I happened to be there for it, and I thought it was a funny idea, but I didn't do it. That was literally Nunu's idea. She was even the one who came up with the idea. I was just like, you know what, that is a good idea, but I didn't do it. What's up?
You're here?
But anyways, guys, I mean, that's pretty much the end of that. I don't
Right
think there's
here.
any recovering at this point. You know, I sent a nice message, but at the end of the day, it'll
Should
never
I keep it in the back
change from
for
that.
now?
What did I miss? Family soap? Nah, it's pretty much all over now, guys. At this point, it just depends on how much people want to hold on to it. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm already done with it. There's not much else to do. What if Fiona talked to you? I mean, it's not like I hate her. I get it. But, you know... Yo, what's up? Alright, we got this going. It's pretty good. Let's see. Yuno drama doesn't last for more than a day. I mean, like, at this point, I don't think there's any point in continuing it. Like, what's done has been done. I don't think there's much to change. I mean, we saw what we needed to see. And, you know, from what we've seen, there's no saving this relationship, because when it came down to it, and it did come down to it, right? She just doesn't trust Yuno. And the sad part is, you know, even out of character, I thought she would kind of know that I kind of do silly stuff and I would never actually hurt anybody. But the fact that she didn't just shows that, yeah, she doesn't know Yuno at all. And, you know, if that's the truth, then why try and save something that was never even there? You know? I mean, at the end of the day, it seems like I just gaslit myself into thinking there was some strong relationship there that never existed. So, yeah. I mean, I can drag it out longer, but it's just how it is, guys. I just tricked myself into thinking there's some family that existed. But the fact is, she doesn't even know who I am. She doesn't know anything about me other than I rob banks sometimes. So, yeah. There's no saving it. And that's just how it's going to be. But, you know, that is how it works sometimes, guys. Okay. Yeah, Benji's got us, though. I think, if anything, it showed us who the people that really care about us are. So, not all bad, guys. Not all bad. I think it's times like these when you realize that people who really understand and care about you and know that you care about them too, you just appreciate them more, and that's really all you can do. You know? I mean, I'll be honest, my character's kind of crazy. I do dumb stuff. But there's few people in the city that really understand that Yuno never wants to hurt anybody. And she's not one of them. So, you know, I can't make someone into that. Only they can decide if they want to be that or not. So, that's all we can do, guys. Just appreciate the people who, you know, who are there. Anyway, let's go get this stuff done for someone. Okay. Here. You're down to hurt Eli, though? That's actually true. The only person I've ever, like, you know, intentionally just chopped was Eli. I think that's the only person I intentionally just injured. But that's just because everyone went down except for him, and I thought it'd be funny. But other than that, that's the only person I've intentionally, like, chopped down before. So, that is true. That is true, guys. But outside of that, like, you know, we never really do anything to hurt anybody. It's just always been that way. Maybe we just get a rental. It's just how it's gonna be. Where am I? Okay. Oh god, she's texting intense stuff, but guys, it's how it is. I mean, this just further proves the point, doesn't it? Right? This just further proves the point. She just doesn't understand us. You know what I mean? It just makes it even more clear that after all this time, she doesn't know a thing about us.
That's some fucked up shit.
And that's just how it is. So, there's not really much we could do about that. I mean, yeah. I mean, it sounds like the major problem here is, I mean, I'm just going to say what I personally think the real problem is. First of all, we have different views on what ocean dumping is. I don't think it's as intense. She does. But that's not the real problem, right? Because people are going to have different opinions on things. That's fine. The real problem is she doesn't care about the intent, right? The intent was to try and help, and she doesn't care at all about that. So the problem isn't that we have a disagreement on how intense something is, because that's perfectly fine. If I think it's not intense and she does, I can understand that, and I'll just be like, oh, okay, I shouldn't do that. But the problem is that she doesn't care about the intent. But for me, and Yuno, obviously, the intent matters way more than what actually happened. And speaking of what actually happened, nobody got ocean dumped. Nobody even got injured. She got her phone back. So, let's just actually think about it. What actually happened, right? Not too much. But yeah, the problem is, you know, this just further shows that, like, yeah, I mean, I pretty much just gaslit myself into thinking, you know, this group we had a much stronger connection than I thought. So, turns out I was just the fool that gaslit himself into thinking, you know, we cared and understood each other. But this just further proves that she doesn't care about the intentions of Yuno, right? Because she, as far as I'm concerned, genuinely thought we were trying to kill her. When, if you think about what we were trying to do, we weren't trying to kill her. We were actually trying to bring everything back. Now, maybe we went about it wrong, but she could just say that. But the thing is, she's not saying that because she doesn't care about that. She cares about, you know, what she thinks to be happening. And that's perfectly fine. But it really just does solidify that, yeah, the group we thought we had didn't exist. Did you kill her? No. No, we didn't. We didn't even dump Carlo. Like, really think about what happened. Nobody got injured. Not a single person. Not even the person who stayed behind and literally just said hi. So, you know, basically, like TLDR, Yuno did something crazy to try and make something good come out of it. But, you know, she doesn't see it that way. She just sees it as Yuno's crazy trying to hurt me. And for me, it's like, that's got to be the worst feeling, right? Because the whole reason that whole thing happened was because we were trying to help them. Now, it was not the best way to help them. It's crazy. But, yeah, it's like, that's just got to be the worst feeling, you know, when you're trying to help someone and they just treat you like you're some kind of monster trying to kill them. So, you know, it's just how it goes. But I think, like, these messages just further solidify that, and it just really shows that, yeah, the connection that, you know, Yuno thought was there, me too, honestly, it just wasn't there. It just wasn't there, and I just tricked myself into believing it. So, as far as I'm concerned, guys, it's over. But, yeah. Anyway, that's the end of that, guys. There's nothing left. I'm gonna go do my stuff, and we're gonna be fine. I do think we should talk to Carlo and Raia though, because we unintentionally lashed out on them, but they were the ones who stuck around and trusted us not to hurt them or anything. So we'll for sure be trying to talk to them at some point. Obviously, I got the Tekken tournament today, so that's gonna be a little tougher, but I think over time we'll be okay. But the fact is, we just gotta appreciate the people who stuck around and actually wanted to, talk to us and stuff. I think that's where we gotta put our time towards. Okay. Anyway, let's go get this stuff. We'll help this guy out, but yeah, we'll see how it turns out. Let's see. What I miss out on? Not too much. I can't tell if he's Oh, I'm not trolling, guys. I'm gonna be totally honest. I don't think there's any possibility of being readopted. It's just not a possibility. Maybe by Carlo. I think there's a possibility for Carlo, but I don't think there's a possibility for the Fiona and Yuno relationship to recover anytime soon. Because I mean, it's the same as when it happened. Remember when the same thing happened for Timothy? The biggest problem is when people assume Yuno has bad intentions and don't understand that he's trying to help. Even though he's obviously confused and crazy. He is confused and crazy. He does things that seem fun. But the fact that she genuinely thought he was going to try and kill her, that's when it was over. That's when it was over, guys. Because, nobody else would have thought that. Anybody that knew me wouldn't have thought that. I mean, even I don't think that. I've been ocean dumped, I've been shot, I've been robbed by everybody. But it's always the intent that matters, right? For example, I think CG are one of the only people that ever ocean dumped me. I don't hold it against them because they didn't do it to me because I didn't think they were trying to kill me. When they did that to me, they were just trying to get info on X. They were doing it because, that was the conflict that was occurring. But, it's just how it went. But long story short, acts of violence don't matter. It's always the intent behind it. And as far as I can tell, she 100% thinks I'm willing to kill her, right? Otherwise, she wouldn't have reacted. And it's fair. If she thinks I'm trying to kill her, then it's a totally reasonable reaction. But at the same time, if she 100% believes I'm going to kill her, then who am I to her? Nothing. So why would I try and save that? I just won't. And that's why we're not going to respond. I'm going to try and, talk to Raia and Carlo to make up with them. But yeah, if she 100% believes I'm going to kill her, then there's no saving that. And I'm not going to try to. I even said even X and CG, we had, craziest wars, right? But not once did they ever think or even want to. They never wanted to kill Yuno. I never wanted to kill them. That was never there. Even when we were having the craziest lower vault wars, right? Because for Yuno, the intent matters way more than whatever actually happened. And I think it's just as simple as that, right? The intent matters the most for me. And I think people can make mistakes, but as long as the intent is good, that's what really matters. But the problem was her intent was, I think Yuno's a cold-blooded killer that hates me, and I'm going to tell everybody about that he's a killer. And for me, it's oh, well, then it's over then. I can't save that. It's over. Even X has never done that to me. I straight up got X shot and killed at the vault, and he wouldn't even do that to me. So, long story short, how do you come back from that, right? I don't know how you come back from that, because, my thing is always just forgive people and not care. But that's because, so Yuno as a character, and even myself in real life, to some points, my core belief is that people do bad things, but they always want to be good people. But in that situation, she showed that she genuinely does not believe Yuno is a good person, and that's unsavable. That's the only time it's unsavable. When they've shown that they've given up on believing that you're a good person. But, yeah. Anyway, that's that. There's no saving it. I don't plan on continuing it at all. I think that's it. So, yeah. I mean, it sucks. But, yeah. So, there's not much we can do, guys. Not much we can do about it. X showed that to you time and time again. Why isn't he treated the same? Well, X has never shown the intent of thinking I'm, like, ever going to hurt him. In fact, X is the one who calls me up asking for help all the time, right? So, it's just how it goes. That's the thought process on it. And I think it just comes to a difference in values here, right? For me, the intent is the most valued thing. And that's what's the most important for me. But for her, that is not the most important thing. And it's shown with the actions that she did. So it's just really a difference, a really big difference of values there, and that's it. He's trying to blame Fiona. I mean, I'm not blaming her for being different than me and caring about different things. I mean, that's not a bad thing. It just means it wasn't, you know, yeah, it just wasn't going to work. So, yeah, I mean, it's as simple as that. Just difference of values, it seems like. Let's see, victim shifting. I don't think I'm a victim. I think we're just different. I think we're just different. I don't see why you would think I'm saying I'm a victim of anything. I don't think I am. I think we're just different, and that's okay. So, I mean, that's about it. I mean, I just don't see a way out of this situation, so I'm just going to leave it how it is, and that's going to be that. So, yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's just go finish this up. We're going to help someone, and then we've got our Tekken tournament later. But yeah, I think that's it. I mean, yeah. I think that's just the simple part of it. There's nothing else to continue here. Like, if anything, continuing would just be me saying some rant at her, and that's and I just don't want to do that. It just feels weird. So, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, it's all done with for me. I'm not good at saying goodbyes. I mean, I left the company and I said goodbye to the few that I felt like I had to, but that's about really all I can do, guys. I mean, you know, that is one thing I probably could be better at, but it's just not, yeah. So, anyway, I think that's that. We will try and talk to Carlo and Raia, hopefully, because that's, you know, that's what we can save, and that's what we're going to do. If we can, and we'll see. Okay. Let's see. Going back to the house. But yeah, I feel like I've repeated myself enough, guys. I think I hopefully explained it in a way that makes sense to most people. But yeah, I mean, that's always been like a consistent thing that is the only time like Yuno ever gives up on a person is when they've shown that they've given up on him first, you know? No matter what happens, I mean, we've been ocean dumped, we've been shot, all that stuff. And it never bothered us. The only thing that ever bothers us is when someone else gives up on him, he gives up on them. And that's pretty much what happens. And, you know, it's just always been a thing. So, yeah. Anyway, let's go get this blueprint going. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Spicy day today? Not really. I mean, I was just explaining how all the events unfolded. I will say this, I didn't expect it to go that way. But the fact that it did showed us, you know, what we needed to see as far as it went. You know, and I think the decision's been made. There's nothing left to say. I mean, she sent a bunch of messages, but, you know, reading those will just make it harder for no reason, guys. The choice has been made, both by her and by me. So, you know, we just gotta accept, you know, how it turned out. Okay. Get some gas. We're pretty much just doing some chill stuff until the thing. But anyway, yeah, I think that situation's pretty much donezo as far as I'm concerned. I don't think there's not much continuation from that. So, nothing too crazy happening. Let's see. Let's see what she says, guys. Let's just see. It's not going to change anything. Let's be honest. It's not going to change anything. The choices have already fallen into place. It's already fallen into place, but okay. To be fair, she left us. I'm going to say, guys, she left us. I mean, I just, I mean, I think it's just, you know, long story short, what I'm seeing is, you know, she explained her point of view, and I understand that point of view. Like, it's pretty much exactly what I said. She views ocean dumping as a much bigger problem than I do, but that's not the core issue anyway. The core issue is that, you know, we just have different intents here, right? I mean, even just going into the situation, I went in with the intent to try and, you know, fix things. She went in with the intent to try and leave things. And that's what she did. That's what she did, right? She left. And I think that's the core issue there, right? I will say, yeah, I did crazy stuff. But there's just no response I can give to that. I mean, her intent was to leave. Mine was to try and keep things together. I didn't keep things together, and she left. So there's nothing I could do. I don't know what I can reply with at this point. Yeah, there's no response for that. We just want different things. I mean, yeah. Did you ocean dump them? No, nobody got ocean dumped. So yeah, I mean, she made her choice. I mean, I made mine. You can see what I sent to her before. I said, oh, why didn't you just say that from the... She said she didn't like Carlo, and I was like, oh, why didn't you just say that from the start? I would have understood. Sorry, I tried to get you back together. I just wanted to hang out with Raia. But, you know, long story short, she just didn't care about what I said, and she's basically saying, you know, she's done with it too, right? So I'm pretty sure she's saying she's done with it, and I have come to the same conclusion. So that's it, right? I mean, there's nothing. It's good. It's done. So yeah, I mean, not a single time has she thought about why I did it, right? And even more, she's saying, what's it called? Whatever reason you did this was not enough for what I thought you were going to do, which double proves it, right? Exactly what we were thinking. One, it shows that she doesn't understand our intent because she doesn't care about the reason. And two, she genuinely thinks we were trying to kill her and not trying to help anybody. So it just double confirms exactly what we thought, right? She 100% thinks we're some crazed killer that wants to hurt her. She doesn't understand we were trying to help, even if we did it in the wrong way. And yeah, that's it. It just double confirms everything I just said is 100% confirmed then, which means it's over. There's nothing I can do, guys. It's just nothing I can do about that. So, you know, relationship's done. But yeah, I mean, there goes that.